Hey everybody, it is Winter Mute here with 10.3 January 41 for the Japanese. So we're going to start off with improved construction and then large ship construction for our techs. So here's improved construction, doesn't cut it, and then large ship construction, that's a 12. So we do go up to the level 2 for that one. Whoops. Chits found a magnet's got a mind of their own there. All right, for builds, we are going to build a medium bomber, finish the heavy cruiser, build an infantry, an artillery, 2 militia, and 2 militia upgrades. And then combat moves, so we have quite a few this time around. All right, let's adjust over here. I'm gonna actually pull the camera back just a bit. There we go, that should work a little bit better. So from P72, we're gonna have a destroyer, pick up a Marine out of Sydney, and then move up to P63, 1, 2, 3. And he's gonna drop off in West Timor. From P73, that's my big fleet here, into P62, we're gonna have 2 transports, pick up 1 Marine, 2 artillery, move into P62, which is gonna be up here. And they are going to drop off in Dutch New Guinea. From P73 to P60, we're going to have a destroyer pick up a Marine, move up to P60. I'm sorry, no, that should be P54, and drop off a single Marine in the Solomon Islands. Excuse me. All right, from P73 into P60, we're going to have 2 destroyers pick up 2 Marines. And then we're also going to have a battle cruiser go with them for shore bombardment. And they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. They will end their movement in, what did I say? They're going to end their movement. P60, I want to double check that C zone real quick. Yep, there it is, P60. And they're going to drop off those 2 Marines into Borneo. Yep, okay, P44. All right, let me scoot up just a bit. Right, yep. P44, we're going to have a battleship move to P60 for shore bombardment. So he'll just move 2 down here, so he'll shore bombard with that battle cruiser. From P44 into P61, we're going to have these 2 subs come down here to engage that Dutch fleet. Make sure I'm still in shot here. I'm going to slowly move across the map. From P59 into P61, we're going to have this TAC bomber and this fighter go on map. From P59 into P61, we're going to have these 2 subs. Going as well. Let's see. From P50 into P59, we're going to have this tactical bomber come here and go on map to target the sub. And you know what? I forgot to put out an explosion marker for... Oh no, I did. I got that one, yep. Let's see. From P50 to P59, we are going to pick up an infantry and an artillery. We're going to pick up an infantry from Cochinchina. We're going to pick up this artillery from Siam, and then this transport is going to move down, and they're going to drop off an artillery and an infantry into Borneo. And before I forget, swap that shit out. And I'm going to swap another shit out right now before I forget, because I know I'm going to need him a little later. Actually, we're going to need two of them shit swapped out. Usually I try to swap this stuff out ahead of time so it's all set, but sometimes I just forget. Borneo, yep. All right, so from P50, so we're gonna have in P50, there's still a transport there. They're gonna pick up a Marine and an infantry from Siam, and they're gonna drop them off in Sumatra. Get a little tight down here. And then we're gonna have a fighter from Siam come down to Sumatra as well to support that. Then from I-12 to P-51, we are going to have this destroyer, let me make sure that's in shot. This destroyer pick up a Marine and slide over to here. Let me make sure I'm going to the right spot, P-51, yep. And he's going to drop off a Marine here into the Celebes, or Celebes, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Celebes. All right, and then the last combat moves, we're going to have this seaplane go on map to go after that sub, and this destroyer is going to pair with it to go after that British sub as well. So that seaplane is coming from Kyushu and going out to P-34, and the destroyer is going from P-14 also to P-34. And then I'm also going to have 3 submarine raids here with a regular sub, and then a coastal sub, and then a coastal sub over there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with the raids. So we have the coastal sub here. Red is going to be the attacker. That's going to be a whiff. And then this sub here, that's going to be a whiff as well. And then the last one is a regular sub. All right, that one gets the $1 off of the Indian Ocean line. So the FEC will lose $1 for that. And then we're going to go ahead and roll the seaplane and the destroyer up off Japan. I'm not going to bother moving the camera for that one. Get these up. So I will have the destroyer at a 4. Hits finally. And then he will have a return at 3. And he hits. So I lose a destroyer along with his sub. And move it up there. Oh, there was one combat move I did forget to announce, and that was going to be 1 infantry going up into Burma from Siam. So that's a walk-in. That's the FEC goes down 1. Japan goes up 1. All right, now we'll try our best to kind of work from left to right. So we are going to start off with Sumatra. So I do have one shore bombardment from a light cruiser. So we'll have a 1 for that. It hits. Okay, you don't see that very often. But they do happen occasionally, so I'll take it when it does happen. So that puts Japan up 2. Currently at 33. And then we are going to come over here to this fighter, or I'm sorry, tactical bomber going after that coastal sub. We need a 7 and we miss. So he'll submerge. But we are going to go ahead and take out that destroyer, or I'm sorry, transport, as there's nothing else to protect it from the fighter and or the heavy destroyer that's there. Or heavy cruiser, excuse me. All right. Then we will come over to Borneo. I'm going to have 2 shore bombardments, a 4 and a 3 from the battleship and the battle cruiser. So here's the 4, miss, and the 3, miss. And then I'm going to have a 3 2s. Oops. Oh, well, we got 1 hit. That's all we needed. And so he returns fire at a 2 and misses. So that gives me Borneo, that militia, and that seaplane die. And that goes here, Japanese. So that's Japan up another 2. All right. Then here, this in the Celebes, we have a walk-on. In West Timor, that's a walk-on. New Guinea is also a walk-on. So that's $3 more for 1, 2, 3 for Japan. That puts it to 38. Yep. All right. Then we have this battle down here. So I've got the 2 planes on map. So we're going to roll them first. I've got a darker dice, 7, miss, and a 6. That hits. And then I've got the 3 subs, or 4 subs, excuse me. They will all miss. So I only have 1 hit from 2 planes on map. I am not 100% sure how this particular situation works. So I am going to, I believe because they're going after the sub, I can put the hit on the sub and then this destroyer can go as is and keep on fighting against the rest of it. Though he still may get to choose to put that those map hits on the destroyer. So we'll work this out after the video, but there's a chance that this sub may survive if he decides to put that single hit on the destroyer, and then this guy submerges, and that's it. That's the end of the fight. Otherwise, we will kind of assume that it keeps. But if that's not the case, and I'm not 100% sure with this, we'll go ahead and keep going, and then if that's not how it works, then it will play out kind of like I'm rolling it right now. So the sub that was just killed gets a defense roll. That misses. The destroyer gets a defense roll. That misses. And then we will go with the 4 subs. Okay, that will finish off the destroyer. And then he still gets 1 more return shot, which misses. So once we work that out, the only difference that might change coming back to this map is whether or not there's a sub there. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for right now, let's set these guys off to the side. And we'll move that over there. And I believe that is it for my combats. Put out a couple roundels. And honestly, I don't have it come up very often where I've got other ships in a place where I'm trying to go on map and attack something. So I've just never really crossed. I'm not 100% sure how to resolve that. Usually it's all or nothing. You've either got a fleet there and you're attacking the fleet, or you're going after whatever the, or you're just going after the subs, and that's that. So, regardless, we are in non-com. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to land my stuff. So these guys are going to land back on the carrier. This guy is going to land back on this light carrier. This fighter from Sumatra is going to land back in Siam. Come on, guys. Stand up. There we go. The seaplane that was in P-34 is actually going to land back in Okinawa. And that was it for the planes. So now we go on to the rest of the non-com. So from P-73 to P-51, we're going to move the light carrier, fleet carrier, and heavy carrier. Whoops. Of course. Yeah, from P-73 to P-51. And then from P-73 to P-62, we're going to move the battleship and the 2 heavy cruisers. And that will put them here with those 2 transports. From P-73 to P-44, we're going to have this transport pick up that artillery, and he's going to strategic naval move up to Palau, drop off that artillery there. And then that guy's going to go into port. I already know that transport. From P-44 to P-50, we're going to move the light cruiser that was at Palau over to P-50. And then from P-50 into P-59, we're going to move the torpedo boat destroyer. All right, so now I'm going to take a quick look at how I have everything arrayed. Let's see, there, yeah, there, yeah. Yep, move that over there. All right. Yep, I'm okay with all that. So we are going to go ahead and do place units. So I did have some choices about this, so I will have to think about it a little bit as I put the pieces out. But the heavy cruiser is going to go up here in Kyushu. And he's going to go right into port. Oops. In Kyushu. And the medium bomber. Yeah, that makes sense. So we're going to put him in Kyushu as well. We are going to put the artillery in Siam. We are going to put an infantry and an infantry upgrade into Siam as well, so they'll effectively just get one more infantry. And then the infantry upgrade, the other one is going to go into Palau, so they'll effectively just get a infantry or militia infantry upgrade, excuse me. And then the last remaining infantry I have is going to go into Sydney. Yep. And there was one more combat or non-combat move I wanted to make, which is to have this guy in Honshu walk up to Hokkaido. All right. He's there. Yeah, I'm okay with all that. So yeah. All right. So that being the case, so I end up with my base income is 38. I have +5 for the wartime bonus income. I had nothing left over, so I'm going to have 43 bucks on hand next turn to spend as Japan. That wraps up this video. I'm going to do a quick unit disposition overview. So if you want to just move on to the next video, go right ahead. This is more for anybody who's keeping close track, the other players, and for anybody else who's keeping close track of where all the Japanese forces are. So Japan has a coastal submarine in I-7, one coastal submarine in I-12. Burma has 1 infantry. Siam has 5 infantry, 3 artillery, a fighter, and a militia. Annam Tonkin has a militia. Cochinchina has a militia. P-50 has a light carrier with a tactical bomber, 2 light cruisers, a torpedo boat destroyer, a naval transport, a sub. Sumatra has a marine and an infantry. Borneo has 2 marines, an infantry, and an artillery. P-59 has a fleet carrier, a fighter, a tactical bomber, heavy cruiser, a transport, and a torpedo boat destroyer. P-60 has a battleship, a battle cruiser, 2 destroyers. The Celebes has a marine. West Timor has a marine. New Guinea has 2 artillery and a marine. P-62 has a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 troop transports. P-63 has a destroyer. P-61 has 4 submarines. P-51 has a destroyer, a heavy cruiser, a fleet carrier and a light carrier, 2 fighters, and a tactical bomber. Palau has 1 troop transport in port, an artillery, an infantry, and a militia. Okinawa has 1 seaplane. Kyushu has a marine, a medium bomber, a militia, 1 heavy cruiser in port. Tokyo has 1 infantry. Hokkaido has 1 infantry. Korea has 3 infantry and a mountain infantry. Rihi has 6 cavalry, 3 infantry, a militia, and a motorized. Manchuria has 3 infantry. The Volcano Island has a militia. Bonin has a militia. Marshall Islands has 2 infantry and a militia. Solomon Islands has 1 marine. P-54 has 1 destroyer. And then Sydney has 1 infantry. And that is it for the disposition of all the all the Japanese forces. Let me just give it one quick glance. Yep. So, okay, Wintermute out.